Welcome back to the best podcast on planet Earth, Dark Screen Society. And we have your regulars, the best people to have ever existed. Chuck.
Hey, everybody.
We have Brian.
Hello.
And we have Seth.
What's up, everyone?
Hello. And me. Just kidding. Okay. Also, apologies if we sound a little stuffy and sick. We are all low-key
Recovering.
kind of dying and recovering from South by Southwest. And also, apologies for the late release on our last podcast episode because we were just living on a prayer these past few weeks. We were just living in the moment.
Living on a prayer.
We didn't know what we were doing. We were all traveling. It was chaotic, hectic. So I think that this episode will low-key kind of come as a surprise because in the last episode we said that we weren't going to have an episode, but we are. We are here.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Surprise! Get these. What is it? Monkey flipping snakes off this Monday to Friday plane.
Oh, I was doing a Dexter reference.
Oh damn. But I wanted to start the episode off because we always end the episode with this. But you know what? I'm going to start the episode with this because we love you and we want you to love us. And if you could rate the podcast, give it 5 stars, turn on automatic downloads, go follow us on YouTube, do all the things that'll help us get pushed out into the algorithm, share it with your friends, post it, repost it, comment, all the things. We would absolutely love that. That would help us a whole bunch. And we love you and we want to keep bringing you episodes.
Please.
Oh, I was like, I see Seth going towards his mic. But it is body horror week. I am so excited. I don't know why I picked this topic because I've seen like 5 body horror movies.
It's amazing.
So I think it'll be a really fun one. But before we dive into the meat of our topic, what did everyone watch this week? Seth, I'm going to start with you.
Yay. I finally watched The Fly because we were talking body horror, so I had to do my research, and I fucking loved it. I also realized that body horror is definitely my least favorite horror genre because it makes me want to throw up. It is disgusting. And like seeing people's hands fucking like the practical effects in that movie are insane. And I honestly think they're better than The Thing. I don't know if that's a hot take or not.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's a hot take, honestly. I feel like they are both like neck and neck for one of the best like horror movies / like creature feature / body horror ever made.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a hot take at all. I mean, it's tied. The Thing and The Fly are tied to me personally, for the greatest horror movie ever made. I mean, The Fly it's masterful.
It honestly is like a top 5 horror movie for me. I think it's just such a like beautiful story too, and it's so heartbreaking, and it's like it's awesome. I fucking loved every single minute of it.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things, and then the other thing I watched was Adolescence, which is that new Netflix series, and that shit broke me. It is a hard watch.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
We could do a whole episode on Adolescence.
I know.
Oh, low key, we probably should. That'd be so fun. Let us know.
I didn't know Seth had watched it because I've seen like you guys talk about it. If I had, I would have suggested we do an episode on Adolescence because
let us know in the comments. Should we do an episode on Adolescence? There is a lot to dive into with Adolescence. I think that there are so many themes in that TV show that are worth like diving into, and just also like the technical aspects of it and like the casting aspect of it. Oh my God.
I can't believe that was his first role because like
insane.
Like he's gonna go really fucking far.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, those are my things.
Amazing. And Ryan, what'd you watch this week?
I watched a lot of like okay horror movies this week. Nothing I think stood out. So I wrote down Adolescence as well because that was easily the best thing I watched this week. It was fucking great. I decided to go and read through 1-star letterbox reviews because I love seeing that kind of thing. And the amount of people that are like, it's boring and it doesn't have an end. And I was like,
wait, for Adolescence?
Yeah, it's like,
oh yeah.
How do you not think it ended? Like
what? People are just.
I don't really know what media literacy is, but I like you don't have it, whatever it
is. You're like, whatever that is, I know you don't have it.
I think people want it to be like a mystery, and he was the killer after all, and it's like, but that's not. That wasn't the point of the movie. The show, sorry. It's like, people are.
I got so many comments that were just like, it really fell off after the second episode, and I'm like.
The third episode was the best episode.
Yeah, you should fall,
fall off.
Fall off a cliff.
most of the
Jesus.
negative reviews that I saw, because actually somebody attacked me on Letterboxd for my review,
Ooh,
was that it was anti-male.
get the fuck out of here.
And I
Bro,
was like,
that's
oh, so
the
you
target audience. You're the target
yeah,
audience.
so you just didn't get it. Like,
No.
that's
No,
like
if anything, it's pro male because it's like
yes.
this needs to be discussed.
Yes.
Young
Like
boys are in trouble.
exactly. Yes, young boys are in trouble, teen boys are in trouble. Like oh my god. Yeah, I was like, "Wait, huh?" Um crazy,
I
but
feel like
I
maybe
also
Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate's got like that university thing. He's probably put something out being like, if you see people talking about this show, make sure and leave a negative comment
oh, he
about
for
it.
sure probably did.
so true.
I saw somebody say on Twitter that it's anti-white people. I'm like,
Yeah, I saw
Oh my
that.
god, I saw that too.
Yeah,
oh,
because
what
there's
are
an
we
actual
doing?
TikTok. Because somebody apparently,
Jesus.
I've not seen it. Like they're like, but the original case this was based on was a black kid. It's
Uh-huh.
like, but and the actual writers came out and said no, it's based across multiple stories.
Yep.
Yes. It's based on a crisis.
Yeah.
People are just never happy with anything,
But
and
that came from like an X thread, so clearly somebody's made that up. It's gone all over the place. You know,
Yeah.
like the misinformation spreads faster than clearing
Oh
things
Yeah.
up.
god.
It's just
people are
wild.
dumb.
Like, it's such a great show, and it has so many messages, and these people are just like, I don't. It's fucking stupid. I
Yeah,
can't.
no, absolutely ridiculous. Go watch Adolescence.
Funny
It's
thing
worth
is,
it.
if it did have a black lead, they would just be like, "It's woke," and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"What?"
No, exactly. Like they no, they just want to be mad at something.
That's exactly what they would say. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched Adolescence as well, but I'm not going to talk about it because I think it's been covered. But I finally watched Hard Eyes, which I've been avoiding, and I fucking loved it. Like
It's so fun.
Let's go, Chuck.
I was thinking 3.5 out of 5, and I might give it a 4 because that's how much I loved it. Like,
Yes.
and I don't even understand why it I mean, I do. It's so hokey, but it works. Like
Yeah.
everything in it works for me. Like the opening sequence fucking rips. The kills are great. The fact that they wouldn't end it and you get into multiple different people still worked for me. If I had to criticize it, I didn't like who the final person was, the male
Mhm.
out of the duo. I just thought he was like a hokey actor, but it wasn't enough to like not like the movie. But I hope they continue to make Hard Eyes movies because, like, I love this mask. I love that it had infrared. You could see in the dark. Like, that shit was cool. The tire iron scene was gnarly as fuck, and I loved it. Yeah, it
That's
was
another movie I would like to talk about because I'm conflicted with it. Because unlike you, I think if I finished at an hour and 10, I'd be perfect. I'd be like, yes. But
well,
then,
I have one grip. Yeah.
Yeah, me and Seth were talking about it, and if fuck it, everybody's seen it. And if you didn't, sorry about your luck. But there was a point whenever he left and he went to the airport. If she would have went back to the airport and they would have just filmed her running through the airport, them getting together, kissing, and they would have ended it, would have been fucking amazing.
Mhm.
I wanted it to end there. That's where I was like telling you,
That's
Chuck.
fair.
I wanted it to be like turn into like a rom-com more so,
Yeah.
and like end it with this like one random killer. But it didn't like destroy the movie for me. I loved how it.
I didn't think so neither. Like I thought that the two leads had really good chemistry. Like, and
So good.
whenever they both ordered the same coffee, then bumped their heads and everything, like I thought that was so natural
Yes.
that I immediately just was like, oh, I hope he gets a smash, and I'm like, this is great. So I was into it. I was like, it was cool. I liked it.
my question about that is because as you say, it felt very hokey, and I was like, is he taking the piss out of romantic comedies as well, or is he trying to remake a romantic comedy? Because he's taking the mick out of it, and
It's both.
Tropes,
It's
fucking great.
I think it's a very fine blend of both.
Yeah.
So that's why I would like it more if it's confirmed he's definitely taking a piss. But if he's like, no, I was trying to add a romantic element
But
throughout it all.
The mask was amazing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
The effects were good. The knife was fucking badass. The little switchblade fucking
Oh yeah.
arrows were awesome. Like none of it was like dumb to me. You know, like because like Popeye the Slayer Man or they're all fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I'm like
the scene in the bedroom where she throws her vibrator.
Even
the dildo. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and I know some of you guys liked it, but like that's why I didn't like Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
Because John Carver is a stupid fucking killer with a stupid fucking mask on a stupid fucking mission. But like Hard Eyes was like bitter and like that. And it wasn't even that they were bitter or like having their heart broke. They were some kinky motherfuckers that wanted to fuck after he killed them. I'm like, oh,
I loved that
me
aspect.
Yeah.
too. Me
Yeah, I
too.
loved that. Like, it
Let's
was
go.
like a unique motive.
Yeah, like it gets me horny because you're covered in fucking blood. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I could get down with this. I thought it was cool.
That's why you watch Samara Weaving movies.
Yeah.
It's 100% why I watch Samara Weaving movies.
I just
Yeah.
they toe the line so well. Like, it honestly is like the perfect rom-com, and then it's also the perfect slasher at the same time somehow, and they just like blended it perfectly.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was I thought it was a really fun time.
It's the best slasher of 2025 so far for me personally.
Same.
I can't think of any others.
Oh, I know one.
I put it like 2 steps above that actually. And I know what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also my I like it more than Thanksgiving. I think it's like one of my
Nice.
favorite slashers in the last like 5 years.
Like they all kind of do the same thing that I wish slashers would move away from. Is that it's a mystery, and if this person's a killer, I think it always falls flat because I'm like, I don't really care that this person was the killer because their motives kind of shit usually. And Thanksgiving was just as bad for it.
Did you read the Clown in the Cornfield book, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know.
I read it years ago, so I probably need to reread it.
Okay, never mind. Because
I wouldn't spoil it on here just because people haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to. But Clown in the Cornfield is a slasher that becomes something completely like different.
I think I remember.
I love that it did that.
Yeah, so that's why it would be unique. Like that, or a little like a supernatural element, like an Art the Clown. Well, I don't love him. I do like that he's a like supernatural slasher. But I'm just tired of the whodunit kind of slasher films. I just don't get enjoyment from them very much.
That's fair.
The last thing that I'll add, I think that another reason I really loved it is because it didn't go very hard on one type of thing. Like it didn't like it. I'm almost like turned off to Terrifier now because of how over the top it is that it's just not fun. And like Hard Eyes, was like, I wish I would have went to see it in the theater because it's nice to just watch something and have a fucking good time with it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it gave me. And it was refreshing to watch.
Yeah. It didn't take itself too seriously. I liked that.
It was like listening to Gigi yap on a Saturday morning. It's like fresh music to your ears.
That's what I think, and I've always said that.
The only thing I didn't like about it was the main lead. Was it Mason Gooding?
Yeah.
I think it's unfair that he looks like that and is charming and funny. That's
you're like, I actually hate that about him.
Like pick a fit lane. Like
pick a struggle.
Exactly.
Pick a struggle.
You know, it's actually funny.
Struggle.
I forgot that he was like, I thought he was like a normal person. So he saw Death of a Unicorn, and then he posted on it because I've followed him for a while since Scream, and so he posted about Death of a Unicorn. He's like, oh, I wish I had a t-shirt, and I messaged him like he was one of our friends. I was like, oh, I have a Death of a Unicorn t-shirt from South by if you want it, and then I sent it, and I was like, wait. I was like, this guy has no fucking clue who I am.
That's amazing.
Like, just kidding.
Listen, you could be like me. I sent the fucking shirt. What's his face from Twister? Brandon Perea.
It was just my because I was like, well, I don't really care about the shirt. I was like, oh, here. And I was like, wait, he doesn't know who I am. My parasocial relationships. I also watched Adolescence, loved it. But another thing that I watched is, oh my God, my dog in the background is doing that thing. Is Revelations on Netflix. It is the new, I think it's Korean. I think it is.
Busan guy.
Yeah.
Did you like it, Gigi?
I thought it was okay. I teetered between giving it a 2.75 and a 3 because it wasn't it didn't live up to the hype of like Train to Busan, but it has like the same elements. Like it has this emotional element, kind of like this family drama element, but then it does have these like, spooky elements to it. I thought the spooky elements were a little bit cheesy to me. But I thought it just took way too long to get to the good parts. I was like,
exactly how I felt.
This could have been like 30 minutes shorter and still packed the same punch. But once it got to like the interesting parts, I was like locked in. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But yeah, I thought it was just okay.
Looking at the director's other stuff, he did Peninsula, which wasn't great, the sequel to Train to Busan, and Hellbound, which looked quite good, but I thought it was kind of cheesy as well. So Train to Busan might be a
anomaly.
One-hit wonder.
Yes, one-hit wonder.
Yeah, one-hit wonder. Yeah, it's I can definitely see how if you don't like, because it's a religious movie, you can tell just from the title. It's if you don't like religious movies and you don't like foreign films, I do not suspect people will like this. But I did like that it has to do with I forgot the word, apophenia, or there's also another word for it when you it's when you the like phenomenon when you like, when people are like, "Oh, I saw the face of Jesus in a piece of toast." Like, it has to do with that phenomenon. That's like when you can see faces or, like, get certain messages
Yeah.
from nothing and you, like, think it's something further than that. I did really like that it has to do with that. I thought that was interesting, but I really thought they fumbled that topic. I was like, "Oh, that was actually a really cool topic and motive, but, this was not as good as I thought it was gonna be." But it was okay. Okay. And now into the meat of our topic. Body horror. What is one body horror thing that really grosses you out? Like fingernails, puke, etc. What is one thing? For me, it's anything fingernails. I
Mhm.
can't do that. For the longest time, it used to be puke. I used to like have a true fear of it, but I think I just got over it after watching so many horror movies. But fingernails, I cannot do. Absolutely cannot do. Chuck, what about you?
Fingernails are fucking wicked.
Oh,
And they're always so well done, the snaps and the peels. Oh,
mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm.
I'll see your fingernails and I'll raise you teeth. Anything that has to do with teeth or them spitting teeth into a
Oh.
sink or biting down and cracking teeth, like teeth gets me. Like I could watch the gnarliest shit ever, and like just as soon as you get to that mouth area and teeth and you just hear that fucking crunching is just it
Oh,
really really it gets you, you know what I mean? And
that's fair.
which is crazy too, because we seen, and it's not really body horror, but we seen that movie at South by Southwest that uses an element of that, and I don't want to spoil it to figure it out, but like that really got to me, like the grinding, and I
Yes.
was like,
Oh
oh
yeah.
yeah, yeah, because just teeth pain's the worst thing in the world because you can't get rid of it. Like it lives in your brain. Not
Mhm.
Yes.
only does it like hurt your mouth and your brain, but when you see that vision and then like they chip, it's just like, ooh, okay, I don't want to talk about teeth no more, Brian.
Especially because your teeth are so strong.
I
Like,
know.
Ah.
oh,
It,
that's
ta- it
disgusting.
takes a lot to fucking break a tooth, but when you see it
Yes.
like growing into something else and falling, oh yeah, fuck teeth.
Oh my God, nasty. Brian, what about you?
I don't particularly like fingernails or teeth stuff, but I can handle it. It makes me flinch. But as soon as someone goes near an eye, I'm like, no, it's I
Yeah.
hate it, like, 'cause they're so soft and squishy looking, and
Ew, yeah.
like imagine it's like a razor blade across it, or
Ugh.
like when it just starts like protruding out of somebody's face, and it's like,
Oh, that's fucking
ugh.
yeah, because 'cause you're like, "Oh my God." Yeah, I'm
At
thinking
least
of
teeth and fingernails are relatively tough compared to like our soft ass bodies that we've got, but like eyeballs, no. Like
that's
you just poke finger in the eye and you're out for
no,
out
yeah,
of action. So
exactly, like, and it's like this visceral pain, like, all over your face, like, your nose starts to run and everything. That reminds me
Oh,
of that scene from, Afflicted. That fucking scene grossed me out when he, like, is ripping his eyeballs out. I was
what?
like, "What the f" that is so disgusting, nasty.
Mm.
And you don't even really see it. Like, I can't imagine if they had, like, a higher budget and you could, like, actually see him pulling out his eyeballs, no.
The scene in Hostel where she cuts her eyeball or the guy cuts her
Uh,
eye, that fucking ugh,
that's
No.
disgusting.
wonderful.
No.
Um, Seth, what about you? I feel like
So
it's
I
fingernails.
No, I eyes are the same for me, but like the biggest thing, and I realized this last night, is like when bones break and the fucking like bone just like pops out of the skin.
Yes.
Like it's so gross. Like when he's fucking in the fly, like doing
Arm
like
wrestling.
the arm wrestling, and
Yes.
his like bone just pops out. I was like, I literally put the sheets over. I was like, this is disgusting.
Yes.
And then I don't know if all of you guys have seen Overlord, but there's a scene when
Mm-mm.
the guy like reanimates and his like neck like fucking pops back and his like bones pop out of his neck. And it's just like that shit and the noise it makes, it gives me the fucking EBGBs.
I
No.
think that's fair. Like that's because I don't like bones cracking. Like when you're
Ah,
like unnatural body movements. You guys know I
Mm.
hate that. So it's like the bones cracking with like seeing it, like that's disgusting.
Like I can
Ugh.
watch a kung fu movie where it's like bones are snapping and shit, but when it's like horror, I feel like they show the bone coming out of the skin and it's like
Yeah.
disgusting. And that
Bizarrely,
it
I
just
actually quite like that.
Okay,
Like
Me
freak.
too.
as far as
Yeah,
things
wow.
go, like I'm like, ooh, I hope we get some bones out of skin. But
Who's the
like when it
serial killer
happens,
now?
yeah, when it happens, I'm like, oh, so that was really well done. Like, is it? What's the one on the ski lift where he falls off and his bone?
Oh,
Like,
Oh
Frozen.
yeah.
yeah, frozen, and I'm like, oof, okay, because you're like,
Yes.
but it feels visceral, so it doesn't gross
Mhm.
me out like Eyeballs does.
Um,
That's fair.
that's actually so fair though, Seth, because there is something that is so visceral about the sound. I can't remember if I told you guys this. I probably did, but when we were at Fantastic Fest, I did, and we were watching Apartment 7A, and the opening scene is when she breaks her foot.
Oh, that was cool.
That sound and the visual of it, I literally had a full-blown panic attack and had to
Yep.
leave the theater. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
went like, I had to leave the theater, and, like, I went to the bathroom, I almost puked because I was like, it was so disgustingly visceral. Ugh, I couldn't
And you were
imagine if,
just
like, we
waiting
actually
for it to happen too.
Yes,
Like
yeah, oh,
it kept
yeah,
like
because
you're
you
like,
knew it was
oh
gonna
no.
happen. Yeah. Oh, and we didn't even see a bone, we just
No.
heard it. Disgusting. Oh god, now I'm grossed out.
Yeah, none of you crack your neck in front of me. That also like I fucking hate when people are like, yeah, and I'm like,
Oh.
you're gonna fucking kill yourself. Stop.
No, that's like when I watch chiropractor videos, I'm like,
Uh,
"They're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
They're
I've been
killing you."
watching. Speaking of chiropractor videos, have you
The
seen the cat?
cat
Oh God, I'm
Oh,
watching. I can't stop fucking
the cat
watching the cat
chiropractor.
chiropractor. Yeah, it's amazing.
Sometimes I'm like, "Do they really need that?" But they seem to like it, so I'm like, I don't know. They're
the
not
videos of the
attacking.
dogs that are like
Yeah.
that they do it, and the dog's just like, what?
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's so funny. Not to get off
Uh,
track, but lighten it up a bit.
what is everybody's favorite body horror movie? I'm gonna start with you, Brian.
Uh, the greatest horror movie of all time, The Thing.
Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting because it's like The Thing versus The Fly. Who's gonna get more votes? Seth, what would you say is your favorite body horror movie?
After last night, The Fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Chuck, what about you?
I mean, I am sitting here representing in a Fly T-shirt, and The
Mhm.
Thing is arguably my greatest horror movie ever made. But I think The Fly is more of a body horror movie than The Thing is because I
Yeah, I
think The
agree.
Thing is more of like a sci-fi horror.
Totally.
So to not go run of the mill, and this is a bold fucking statement, I think the greatest body horror movie ever made is Tusk.
Oh my god, that's what I was gonna say.
Because it's the gnarliest fucking misery to ever go through. And the transformation that Justin Long fucking has to watch himself be made into that fucking walrus is brutal. And I like, because there's so many of them, like Eureka the Bone Woman, and like there's so many fucking great Videodrome, like The Brood. There's so many good body horror movies, but I don't think I've ever felt so disgusted and upset and sad for a human being
Yes.
of what's happening to them than fucking Tusk. Tusk is a masterpiece. So I'm going Tusk. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal it from you, Gigi. I would have never expected that from you.
Yeah, I think so, like, because these are movies that, like, I think The Fly and The Thing are absolute, like, masterpieces, but as far as, like, what's my favorite body horror movie, like, not that I think Tusk is, like I don't think it's, like, a 5 out of 5 movie, there are some things that, like, I would nitpick, but, like, I still it's, like, my personal favorite body horror movie. I think it's so fucking weird and wacky, and not that The Thing and The Fly aren't unique, but there is just something that is, like, so weird and sick and twisted about Tusk that I to me, it is just so much more unique, than I would say The Fly and the Thing, and I don't know if that's, like, a hot take, but like, this guy reanimating a fucking walrus just so that he could avenge, like, his friend's death, I think that that's crazy, but or his walrus death,
Lover.
whatever. Yeah. But, yeah, I love Tusk. I think it's incredible.
I agree.
Okay. Um, what are some underrated body horror movies? This one's actually kinda hard because I really haven't seen a lot of, body horror movies, so I'm excited for what you guys have to bring to the table. Um,
How much time do you have?
oh,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
I'm gonna start with you then, Chuck.
I think one of the most underrated body horror movies of all time, and I know people fucking hate this movie. That's exactly why I'm bringing it up. Is fucking Malignant, because I think it's a fucking
Oh,
masterpiece.
okay.
I think the transformation is amazing. I think the special effects are amazing. I think it's gnarly, and I think that it has a deep message and a point to it. So, and I can get deeper than Malignant, but I had to mention it because it's so fucking gnarly, and I love it to death.
I need to rewatch Malignant because the first time I watched it, I truly hated it.
I know.
But it's been I watched it the day that it came out, so I'm gonna rewatch it. However, I will raise you one, and a movie that reminds me a lot of *Malignant* that I think is a very underrated body horror movie is the movie *Appendage*. I
Ooh,
love that movie so much. It's a Hulu original,
it
but it
is.
is so good, and it's very not like similar. It doesn't have like the same premise as *Malignant*, but it's very much like *Malignant*. And
Mhm.
I loved that movie, like, light years more than I did *Malignant*. But *Appendage*, that is an underrated body horror movie.
I
Seth, what
love
would you
that.
say?
I will give you Possessor. I think that movie
I
fucking
fucking
rips,
love it.
and it is so brutal and fucked up, but it is so good.
I need to finish *Possessor*. I have started *Possessor* like 5 times, and there was something about it that I just could not get into. But
It's
I
okay.
like,
I
something's
love
wrong with
it.
me because like, everyone loves that movie. But every time I put it on, I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm not into this."
It's
I
great.
seen Possessor in the theater,
Oh,
and I mean, I'm like Cronenberg obsessed. Like if I hear about Cronenberg, I'm going. Like Brandon, it doesn't matter. Like the fact that we're getting ready to see the Shrouds, even though I heard bad things about it, like
yeah,
sign me the fuck up. Like I'll watch anything that family makes.
that's fair. Brian, what about you?
So I realized I don't body horror might be my least favorite because I've not seen. Like, when I was going through the list of stuff, I was like, I've not seen that, not seen that, not seen that.
Mhm.
So these, like The Thing, which is probably not really body horror, but it's as close as I get to it. So I'm going to go something like Starry Eyes, which
Oh,
does.
it's a
Oh, hell
fucking
yeah.
So
banger
like I don't
too.
think it starts as body horror, but then obviously it does get into
That
that.
movie is one of the fucking grossest movies I've ever watched in my entire life. Like, it is a true body horror movie. It's absolutely foul. Wait, also, I forgot to say that one of my favorite body horror movies is The Substance. I think it was just so new that I forgot to mention it. But I
I
would
kind of assumed we were going and like a wee round robin because that's why Chuck just dropped one instead of doing
yes,
sequence
no, we
motions.
are going to, but I was thinking of
You're just taking two. Cool.
no, 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 no. I'm going back to my previous question because we asked what's your favorite body horror movie, and we both said Tusk, but I would have to say The Substance. I'm gonna take the Tusk back. You can keep it. I'm gonna say The Substance.
I love that.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
I
think
love
The
it.
Substance is a fucking brilliant masterpiece.
Yeah,
The third act bugs me a wee little bit on rewatch, but it's still flawless to me.
love. Okay, round robin. Chuck, you're up.
So we're
What's your
back.
next?
Oh, we're back to me.
Yeah, give me an
Ooh,
underrated. I
well,
have a couple.
let me rewind real
I'm
quick,
proud
if
of
I
myself.
may, because Tusk, I'm keeping Tusk, but I will say that for the Overlook Film Festival that we're going to, I am super excited that we're going to get to see Reanimator 4K remastered on the big screen because it's one of the greatest body horror films ever fucking made. So it just needs to be mentioned on our show because there's going to be comment. What about fucking Reanimator? What about Basket Case? What about this? What about going to fuck yourself? Um, so my
Chuck's
next
not having it
one,
today.
my,
No.
my next one that I think that I would take is I'm going to go underrated Birth Rebirth.
Oh my god, that
Um,
is a super underrated one.
yeah, which I absolutely love. Do you have the synopsis pulled up? Because I can get you real quick if you want it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's basically a Frankenstein story, but with
Um,
ladies.
it is, and it's
Ladies.
fucking gnarly, and I just loved it. It's about a morgue technician that successfully reanimates the body of a little girl, but to keep her breathing, she will need to harvest biological materials from pregnant women. When the girl's mother and nurse discovers her baby alive, they enter into a deal that forces them both down a dark. I had to click it. Hold on. Down a dark path of no return. Not necessarily the most original movie ever made, but like when it came out, it didn't have like very much competition,
Mhm.
like as horror movies that came out, and it just really came off to me. It's like for taking something not fresh and original, but making it fresh and original
Totally.
is a very hard thing to do. And Birth Rebirth really hit that for me. And there's some gnarly fucking sequences in that movie that really got under my skin. So that's one I think people should check out that I think is underrated.
I
Uh,
think, sorry, Gigi, Marin Ireland that's in that needs her
ye
horror flowers because she is in some
yes.
phenomenal horror movies. Like,
That I agree
I
with.
Their chemistry together, I forget the other girl's name, but
she'll always be Carla from Scrubs to
from
me.
Scrubs, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I was like the girl from Scrubs. Their chemistry in that movie is insane. It's so natural, and like they just did such a good job. I love that movie. That was actually in my top 10 of 2023. I loved Birth Rebirth. I thought it was so good. And
It is
again, like you
good.
said, they took like a very common plot, just like, but they made it so unique and added like
Mhm.
this little touch of like morality to it. Like, what would you do if it was your kid? And I loved
Right.
that.
Agreed.
Um, I wish they would have added more horror elements to it. Like, if they
Agreed.
made it a little bit spookier, because like they kind of made it seem like that's where it was going, and then they didn't go fully into like it being like scary or terrifying. I think if they did, it would have been like a masterpiece. Um, okay. Oh, it's my turn.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
yeah.
it is. Yeah, it is. No, I got confused about the substance, but you changed it from tusk, so
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
shut the fuck up. Go ahead.
Yeah, shut the hell up. My next one, underrated one, actually, is a Brandon Cronenberg film, and it's Antiviral.
Love it. Banger.
Um, this movie grossed me the hell out. It's absolutely disgusting. For those that don't know what it is, it's Sid March is an employee at a clinic that sells injections of live viruses harvested from sick celebrities to obsessed fans. When he becomes infected with a disease that kills super sensation Hannah Geist, Sid becomes a target for for collectors and rabid fans. He must unravel the mystery surrounding her death before he suffers the same fate. This is just such a unique film, and I really like I am not like a huge Cronenberg fan of father son, but I really like their movies aren't really for me. Like there are some that I obviously really love, but this one was insane to me. This one was crazy and disgusting. Um, okay, who's it? Seth?
It's
yeah.
me.
Seth.
So sorry. A Nightmare. Wow.
Oh
I like
God.
voice. A
Seth,
Nightmare
let's
on
just
Elm
go.
Street 4, The Dream Master. Because that cockroach scene is the most disgusting fucking thing I've ever seen, and I hate it.
Is the movie as a whole a body horror?
I mean, I would say so. There's a lot. I mean, I feel like Nightmare on Elm Street kind of toes the line between like body horror. Chuck's like he's got something to say. Go,
No,
Chuck.
no. I think it's inherently a slasher, but I mean, because I have one on my list. I have Nightbreed on my list, which could be a slasher or a body horror. So I think it's fair. We'll allow it.
Well, the
We'll
thing
allow
as
it.
well, thing's not really body horror, but
Yeah.
it has
Yeah,
body horror in it. So
This
totally.
lady turns into a cockroach, guys, and her
That's
arms
disgusting.
break and the
She indeed
freaking leg
does.
come out.
No,
No,
I've never seen
It's gnarly.
it's
4.
yeah, it's
I'm
gross.
I'm just so bad with sequels.
What
I'm like,
have you
1 is
seen,
enough.
PG?
Of what?
Yeah, do you
What
even
have
watch
you seen?
movies?
I
Do you
know,
watch
seriously,
movies?
none. Are you I'm shocked that I've seen this many of them though. I've seen all of
yeah, like
these.
I've not seen some of the ones you've seen, which is usually the other way around.
Wow. She's a movie
Must
watcher.
must be crap.
Okay, Brian, what's yours?
I'll go with romantic body horror Spring from Benson and Moorhead. Moorhead.
Spring
Oh.
rips.
Sorry, went very Scottish there.
I haven't I haven't watched that one yet, but it's been on my watch list forever because I love that it's like a romantic horror and
Yeah,
the cover looks so pretty.
yeah, it's really good. Because I avoided Benson and Moorhead stuff because I thought it would be too sci-fi and I wouldn't understand it. But that was the first one I watched, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm going to watch all their stuff because this is really good." And I'm glad I did because their stuff is really good.
It's on Tubi. Okay, let me read this. Love is a monster is the tagline. A young man in a personal tailspin flees the US to Italy, where he sparks up a romance with a woman harboring a dark primordial secret. Interesting. Is it kind of cosmic-y or no? It looks cosmic-y.
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah, the cover makes it seem cosmic-y, but
I
I've
think
always
all
wanted to watch
adventure
it.
in Moorhead stuff has a slight cosmic touch,
Yeah.
apart from the new Daredevil stuff. But maybe it
Uh,
will turn cosmic. That would be
uh,
cool.
Who knows? Okay. Should we do another round?
Sure.
Okay, Chuck, what's yours?
Dun dun dun.
Underrated.
Dun 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 dun. Underrated body horror. I think getting back to Seth's pick. No, and this is a good thing. Like body horror is a really hard thing to classify because there's so many movies that have like body horror elements, but are
Yeah,
they like a
totally.
straight fucking body horror movie? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
people call Scanners a body horror movie, and I don't really. Is it? Yes and no. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a little bit of both. So if we're in that like fringe element of body horror, I'm gonna
Fair.
say Titan or Titane or however the
Titan.
fuck people want to pronounce it
Yeah.
because they always correct me because there's so many fucking grammar professors on TikTok. She fucks a car and gives birth to a baby fucking car and has a gnarly metal plate in her head. And there's some sequences in that movie that literally, I mean, I sat in a theater with like 11 people and they got up and fucking left. Like, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. How I ended up seeing this movie in the theater. I'm a weirdo. But I love it. And it's, you know, it's such a beautiful movie about coming of age. It's about sexual identity. It's about, you know, identifying yourself in a world that doesn't accept you for who you feel that you are. The more the years go on, the more powerful this movie becomes to me, especially with our climate that we live in. And to do that, Julia DeCono is just masterful at, you know, like metaphorical storytelling to you know, because she's talking about topics that are so relevant these days that are getting such backlash because like why can't you just wake up and be who the fuck you want to be, you know what I mean? So she makes the catalyst this gnarly ass fucking movie to get that point across, and like I just think it's one of the most brilliant movies ever made. Like I love it so much. It's fucking brilliant. So that's my next one.
I still need to watch it. That was one where I remember it came out and I was like, I have no interest in this. But
Same. Even
yeah.
hearing like Chuck and Real Voice talk so passionately about it,
Yeah.
and I was just like, nah, that's plenty.
I don't know why I'm like,
They'll do.
I'm good.
yeah, that's fine. But I'll give it a shot. I think my next one, I don't really think that this is like an underrated movie amongst this is another fringe. I would say this is a fringe one, and it's not underrated in the horror community, but I think maybe it's due for rewatch because it came out so long ago. Is The Ruins.
Banger.
I
Yeah.
love The
Banger
Ruins.
alert.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. I love it. And just when she turns around, all like bloody and cut up, I was like, oh my, it's so fucking good. Love, love, love
The
it.
vines going through the legs and shit. Ugh.
Dude, and just like when she's like, do you see it?
Yeah.
Like so disgusting.
No.
Seth, what's your last one?
I have two actually. 'Cause,
Ooh, give it
I
to
need
us.
to look up. The first one is District 9. I
Oh,
fucking love District 9. And then the other one is like the only movie to really fucking gross me out that just like got under my skin recently, and it was stop motion. It
I
was
love stop
disgusting.
motion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Same.
So good.
So
So
those
good.
are my last two.
The guy that directed that has horror shorts on his YouTube. Has
Robert
anyone ever watched
Morgan.
them? Have you seen them?
Of course, that's why I wanted to watch stop motion
The
because
one
I
where
love
he like
his.
hammers a nail through his stone
Yes.
junk, and I was like, "What? Oh, what the fuck is
No,
wrong with
Robert
you?"
Morgan is a genius.
Yeah,
Like,
like
is a
it's gross.
genius. He
Proper
is
gross.
Nope.
insane. Um, I'll never forget watching District 9 because I watched it in the theaters and I fucking sobbed.
Yeah,
Like
it's so
sobbed
sad.
when the little alien guy and they're like, "Eh," and he's like, "Eh." I was like, I hate this movie. I hate it so much. It has a fingernail scene to it that I hate.
Yeah.
Because
It's
you
not
thought it
such
was
a good
real. You thought
movie.
it was real as well, didn't you? You thought it was a documentary. I'm sure.
Yes.
Might as well be.
Is this what it's like in South Africa?
District 9 was like Train to Busan, like it's so fucking good that Neil Blomkamp will never ever duplicate that again for the
So
rest of
good.
his
No.
life. It's a lightning in a bottle moment. That's a phenomenal
I
film.
need to rewatch it. It's been literally the
Yeah.
last time I saw it is when it released in theaters.
It's
So
so good.
Brian, what's yours?
Again, not really a body horror. Actually, I'll choose two as well because Seth got two. So I'll go The Bay because that's got some really gross
Oh,
I
hell
love
stuff
yeah.
in it,
Yeah.
and The Void because it does have one body
Mm,
horror scene in
it's
it.
gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will go with both of those because I love them both.
Okay, well, our next question is going to be kind of hard because you can't choose the same movies then. What is a body horror moment in a non-body horror movie that really just caught you off guard? And I will go first because this one, when I wrote this question, I was like, oh, this is the movie. Mine is in Gerald's Game when
Mm.
she is pulling her hand out of the handcuff and fucking degloves her hand. That was foul because the movie is like, I mean, it has some like gross moments to it. Like, she's like dehydrated and there's like blood and stuff. But like when she fully degloves her hand, I was not expecting it to be that disgusting and gnarly. Um, yeah, that one caught me off guard. Seth, what about you?
Overlord again. I think that scene when they're in the house and the guy like starts to transform and his like fucking head, he's like, "Am I okay?" And it just like snaps back and then like fucking bones pop out,
Oh
and it's
God,
like it's so fucking gross.
am I
And
okay?
I honestly thought I was dying watching that scene. I was like, nope. So that
Brian,
scene.
that's a good one.
So I definitely misread this question. I thought it was what's a body horror moment in a non-horror movie. So mine are
Oh,
not horror
tell me
movies
that
at all.
though.
So I chose two. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Ooh, the melting.
Yes,
Oh,
and
cool.
similarly RoboCop, where there's a toxic waste scene, which is fucking gross. So yeah, those were my two
I
non-horror
like both of
body horror
those.
movies.
RoboCop reminds me of when we were in South by Southwest and we were playing Blockbuster, and I was trying to act out RoboCop to my team. Sydney was on my team, and she like got it, but she's like Robot Cop, and we're like, yeah, we're all partying, and then who was
Goodwill
it? Was it
Hunting.
Pat? Somebody, Patrick was like, "Is that Robot Cop?" And we were like, RoboCop. Chuck, what about you?
RoboCop was so unnecessarily but necessarily violent for when that movie came out. Like I'll never forget when they pinned Peter Weller down. He's like, and it just blows its fucking hand off. Like that movie it's gnarly.
It's great. Everyone should watch it. Like it's proper.
So good.
Was it Paul Verhoeven? That and Starship Troopers are just phenomenal satire. And you're just like, oh,
I need to
okay.
watch.
A scene that really got to me, and I don't think this is a body horror movie, but I just think it's a fucking kick-ass movie, and it's Upgrade.
So good.
Oh my
It is
God.
so good. But the Chelsea grin scene when he cuts that smile into that guy's face
Yeah.
really fucking stuck with me. Like just I don't know. Like I've seen things like that a million times before, but like that just it just really fucking irked the fuck out of me for some reason. Like it really, really got to me. And it was like that's a pretty brutal movie altogether. You know what I mean? Like an like action sci-fi type kind of movie. But like just I guess the way that the camera angles were and the sound, the sound design of that was just so it just really, really, really got to me. And not many things get to me, but that really, really did. That's a tough question.
Who
That
directed
is.
Upgrade again? Is it not a horror
Lee
guy?
Lee Winnell, Lee Lee
Oh yeah,
Lee
okay.
Lee
That
Winnell,
makes
yeah.
Yeah.
sense.
Best movie.
Okay, and our last question, what is a well-known body horror movie that is still on your watch list? You could do as many as you want. I feel like I have quite a few that are still on my watch list, but Brian, I'll start with you.
I just say I don't really watch much body horror. So other than The Fly, I don't think I've seen any Cronenberg movies. I don't know why. I read the synopsis. That sounds cool, but it just doesn't appeal at all.
Yeah, they're like
Uh,
out there, like very out there.
Yeah, which I have certain limits with out here. If it gets too out there and I've lost what's happening, then my
Mhm.
focus is gone. Thanks
Yeah.
ADHD. So I'm sure they're phenomenal movies, and people will be like, "You're a fuck. You don't even like horror. You don't watch these movies." But I don't give a fuck. I watch stuff on YouTube that no one else watches.
No,
So
like you know what you like you know, it's
exactly.
like that's how I feel like when I watched Crimes of the Future, I was like, I don't like this. Like I was like, I
Right.
truly hate this. So yeah, and then like I've tried And like sometimes there are some good ones that like Antiviral. I was surprised that I liked it, but I'm the same way where I'm like, no, if they're getting too lost in the sauce, my brain is like, "Choo." Chuck, what about you?
They get they get super Cronenberg's get super weird. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's definitely like an acquired taste, although I love them. But can we skip to Seth because I don't have an answer for this just yet?
Yes, Seth.
Mine is The Reanimator, and I actually get to see it at Overlook.
Ooh, I've never seen Reanimator either.
Yeah, I'm really
Okay,
So
for
excited.
real?
yeah, I've never seen it before.
Oh,
I've seen
Gigi.
scenes of it,
Same.
but just because of like Twitter, they always post like clips of shit of like, but I've never seen Reanimator. Which
That's a Lovecraft tale as well, is it not? Chuck,
I don't know.
Sort
I've
I'm,
never
kind
seen it.
I'm asking you, Chuck.
Yeah,
Like the other two, I don't
it,
know.
Haven't seen it.
Lovecraft.
it is like a play on it, but it's very much like its own thing. But you could drag it all the way back to an interpretation of Frankenstein or
Mhm.
whatever. It's very much like Birth Rebirth, but it's like one of the first to do it to fucking nail it because it's Stuart Gordon. It's a perfect blend of comedy, horror. The special effects in that movie for when it was made are so top notch, and it's fucking graphic. Like it's brutal, but it's so much fucking fun. Like to see it with a crowd. Like I think I might be more excited to see that than anything at Overlook
Oh, that's
because
exciting.
seeing it with a raucous crowd like late at night is going to be a good fucking time because it would be like going to see like something legendary like Rocky Horror or something with like a
Oh,
live
yeah,
with
yeah.
like a live crowd because every single person in that theater is going to know that movie word for word
Yeah,
except for Gigi and Seth.
except for us. We'll
Yeah,
be like,
Mhm.
I'm
we'll do
excited to
that.
see it.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
think you would still know the songs from Rocky Horror. You just didn't
I
know
know
you
them
know the
all.
songs from it.
Hmm
that's fair.
I'm constantly doing the time warp in the shower.
Like the time warp was huge. Like when
Yeah.
we were at school, that was a song, and I didn't even know it was from a movie. Could have just got played at all the school
Yeah.
dances. So
Mine is Eraserhead. I've never
Ooh.
seen Eraserhead. That's been on my watch list for a really long time. But again, this is one that like every time I'm like, maybe I'll watch this. I'm like, I don't know because I it's weird. I know it's weird. Like I know that
Oh,
it's
it's
weird
weird.
and I don't know if I am like a fan of David Lynch stuff. However, my first dive into David Lynch was Lost Highway and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is happening in this movie. And I was like, I don't think I like this. But yeah, so I'm afraid to watch Eraserhead. And then after I talked to Sydney Horror Chronicles, she fucking hates Eraserhead. And I was like, I feel like we have the same taste in things. And so I'm like, I don't know if I'll like it, but I still want to give it a try. Like I know it's
Let's
like
do a
just one of
Discord
those,
movie night because I
yeah, because
haven't
I
seen
know
it
it's one
either.
of those like, you know, it's just a staple movie, I feel like.
I
But
promise you, for how much I know you, Gigi, I promise you that you are absolutely gonna fucking despise Eraserhead. Like I
no,
would,
I genuinely think so too.
yeah, I
Like
would
I
be,
think so.
yeah, I would be prone to say that you don't even make it through the first 35 minutes of it because it's if you thought Lost Highway, you were fucking lost. Like it's
Oh
fucking
wow.
out there. Yeah, like
That's
it's out
That's
there,
how
out
I
there.
feel, like, any movie that's like that, where it's like, it just gets too fucking weird. Same thing with, like, Beau is Afraid. Like,
Still
eh,
haven't watched it.
still it's like, it's not a bad movie. It's just, like, a weird. It's just weird, and I'm just like, I don't think I like that kind of weird, like, where it's, like, borderline, like, confusing and, like, I'm just straight up lost. Yeah, so
I
I'll give it a
mean,
try.
rest in peace, David Lynch.
Mhm.
Because he's, the thing that I admire about David Lynch and why I like David Lynch is he was an unheralded filmmaker that was going to make whatever the fuck he wanted
Yeah,
to make. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, so I respect that, but like, it's just definitely not just like Cronenberg. They're not for everybody. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
like it's a particular taste. I don't think it's your taste at all. I have no answer for this fucking question.
Really?
I don't. Like I'm looking and looking and looking and looking and looking. And sorry, maybe it's because I'm sick and my brain feels like it's gonna body
Oh, brain
horror
foggy, yeah.
into like a NyQuil thing. But you know what's one that I haven't seen since I was a teenager, so I'm gonna use it, and it's been that long. It's been, well, since I was a teenager, and now I'm 38, so it's been like just a couple years.
Yeah,
Is,
only a few.
is Society. I need to watch Society again because I've only seen it once, and I seen it like forever ago. So that's my cop out answer.
I
Okay,
haven't seen
that's
that.
I think it's good. I don't think I've seen it. Again, like it's when I see like I'll see clips of it and I'm like, well, that looks cool, but I don't think I would enjoy watching.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
Me
too
and-
dumb. I don't
Me
know.
and Brian are similar because I don't like body horror that much either. So that's why I haven't seen like a majority of these films.
I don't mind being grossed out. It's just when it gets like really weird with it, and
Yeah.
I'm like
Yes.
similar to the end of Substance. I was like, you're going a lot. You're right on the line here, folks.
Yeah.
So like, it's just not like really surreal stuff. I find myself just zoning out. I say maybe
That
I
was
should
the
just.
weird thing about like when I seen the Substance at the theater, the end really fucking worked for me because of being a body horror fan. But then when I rewatched it, I was like, it didn't hit me the same way. It hit me a little more. It was a lot more hokey than it was the first time that I seen it. Like the first time, it just nailed it. So, but I don't fault the film for that
No.
Yeah.
because the fact that she did that and wasn't budging on it and said, this is exactly what the fuck I want and want it to be. Like that supersedes a lot of things for me. You know what I mean? Cause like, that's exactly what she wanted you to see. And like, we need more of that. So like, I have to support stuff like that or we're going to keep getting fucking garbage.
True.
Fair.
Plumhouse, I'm talking to you.
Oh, I think said Tom House. I was like, I don't know who that
Yeah.
is. Okay. Any others on your watch list? No.
Literally everything we've talked about
Yeah.
today.
No,
is on
honestly,
my
there
watch
are
list.
quite a few.
It's not even. I'm
Stan.
lying. It's not even on my watch list. It's just I know of that movie.
Yeah,
Or
you're
I'm
like,
not
don't
going
think
to
I'll
watch
ever watch
though.
it.
Yeah, fuck that movie.
I've got some £2 found footage movie to watch. I'm not going to watch this weird horror classic. No, thank you.
Oh my gosh. Well, that wraps up our episode then. Thank you guys so much for listening and tuning in. And again, like I said at the top of the episode, just turn on automatic downloads and save, share, like everything. Rate 5 stars. That would be amazing. Just helps us get out there. But we love you. Thank you for putting up with our chaoticness in this past like 2 weeks because of film festivals, which we also have another film festival come up.
Woo!
But
Overlook, baby.
Overlook, but luckily this one is significantly shorter and we will be more prepared of releasing our episodes. But we love you. We hope you have a great rest of your week and we'll see you the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.